It was supposed to be a normal trip. I had packed my truck, loaded up my camping gear, and planned a week away from the ranch to clear my head and enjoy the outdoors. The HOA next door, of course, had to interfere. Karen, the president, had a long history of overstepping boundaries, but I didn't expect her to escalate things while I was hundreds of miles away. The call came while I was setting up camp near the lake. My phone buzzed, and it was a series of frantic texts from a neighbor. Karen called 911. She says they're auctioning your ranch. I laughed nervously at first, thinking it must be a joke. But then the calls started. My wife, the sheriff, even some of my ranch hands, all confirming the same absurd story. Karen had apparently taken it upon herself to auction off my property, claiming I was in violation of HOA rules for non-compliance and unpaid fees. I packed up immediately and drove back, fueled by equal parts fury and disbelief. When I arrived, Karen was standing in the middle of my driveway with a "for auction" sign, clipboard in hand, trying to get neighbors and board members to bid on my ranch. She looked triumphant, like she'd pulled off the heist of the century. I stepped out of my truck, hands on my hips. "Karen," I said calmly, "this is my property. Every acre, every building, every fence post. That auction is illegal, and so is your trespassing." She blinked, caught off guard. "You can't. We voted. It's HOA property." I laughed, cutting her off. "No, it's not. You don't own it. You don't even control access. You tried to play landlord over my land while I was away, and now you've just embarrassed yourself in front of everyone." Neighbors had gathered by this point, some whispering, some taking pictures, all clearly entertained. The sheriff, who had been called to verify the situation, stepped forward. He looked at Karen, then at me, then shook his head. "Ma'am, you're trespassing and attempting to commit fraud. Step off the property, or I will arrest you." Karen's face went pale. Her clipboard trembled in her hands. She tried to mutter something about bylaws, voting, and HOA authority, but the sheriff interrupted. "Do not move another step onto this property." The humiliation was complete. The neighbors who had once supported her now whispered about her overreach and incompetence. The auction was immediately canceled, though it had never been legal in the first place. Karen left the driveway muttering under her breath, defeated and furious, while the sheriff issued her a warning that any future attempts to interfere with my property would result in legal action. I spent the rest of the day walking the ranch, inspecting the buildings, making sure nothing had been tampered with while I was away. Every time I passed the "for auction" sign she had planted, I smiled, imagining her face as she realized she couldn't outsmart me. That day, Karen learned the hard way that my ranch isn't a playground for HOA antics. She called the cops thinking she could manipulate the law, but all she did was embarrass herself publicly. And me? I reclaimed my land, my authority, and my peace of mind, knowing that no auction, no fine, no threat, no matter how creative, could ever take away what was mine.